Hey there guys, Omcast back with a new video today. So, I've just seen the new Joker film, Joker Folie Deux, if that's how you pronounce it. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, hopefully I've pronounced that right. I just want to give you my quick thoughts on the film as I've seen it now, and what I thought of it basically. Just yeah, so I'm gonna go into that today, give you my thoughts, and I will go into some spoilers towards near the end of the video as well. So yeah, if you haven't seen the film, then obviously maybe stay away towards the end of this video. To be honest. So, what are my thoughts? So, I'm a bit like mixed on the film, to be honest. Like, there's parts of the film I really enjoyed, and then there's parts where I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it, but I have questionable thoughts about where they went with this film, to be honest. Yeah, that's how I feel after coming out of the theaters, basically after seeing this. So yeah, would I recommend this film to like other people? The honest answer is I don't know, because there's some parts I really like, and then there's some parts where I'm just like 50-50 on them. So yeah, it's just yeah, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, I think the performances were great from everyone in the cast. Like, Joaquin Phoenix, he's great. Lady Gaga, she was great as well. Like, the performances were great. Like, I still enjoyed the film, to be honest. And everyone else in the cast was brilliant as well. I really liked their performances. But I think the story wasn't there, to be honest, because in my opinion, like the first film was like, in my opinion, I enjoyed the first film so much because it was its own contained story, and it was its own thing which wasn't connected to anything at all, besides like little minor Easter eggs or whatever. It was just like a elseworld story that just existed on its own, which I really enjoyed. But and I feel like with the first film, they should have, the way it ended, they should have just left it as a one and done, to be honest, after seeing this film. Because I feel like, in my opinion, this new film kind of undoes like a lot of stuff from the first film, to be honest. And I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. Like, the relationship between Joker and Harley, for example. Let's just talk about that. Like, it's very different. It's very different from any other version we've seen of their relationship. Like, usually it's like a toxic relationship. Like, Joker's like very abusive or like toxic and treats Harley like absolute like crap, basically. Even though Harley is obsessed with him. Like, don't get me wrong, Harley is obsessed with the Joker still in this film. And they did change her origin a little bit in this film as well, which was a bit interesting. But yeah, like the relationship in this film, it just, I don't know, it didn't really feel like the Joker and Harley relationship, because a lot of it is obviously in Arthur's mind, a lot of it as well. There's a lot of that in this film. So, like, compared to, like, I don't know, if you look at any like the Batman the animated series, like Joker and Harley's relationship and that is more closer to what a lot of people know from their relationship. And like with this film, it kind of feels like, I don't know, like it's still an odd, it's still toxic, don't get me wrong, but it feels like Joker and Harley have swapped places, basically. So like Harley is the one that's kind of like running the relationship, I guess, or because like in this film, she's only in love with Joker. She doesn't care about Arthur at all. Because if you watch the end of the film, then it's very clear. But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's a bit of a mixed bag for me, to be honest. That relationship in this film, but I still like the performances though. Don't get me wrong. Like that was still good. So I can see what Todd Phillips and the crew were going for with this, but it's just very different than what we know. But besides that, because it is a musical, like some people say it's not a musical, but it is basically a musical. I actually enjoyed all the musical numbers in this, like all the singing and that, all the choreography and that. I thought that was actually good. I actually enjoyed that. I know like some people might not like that, but it didn't feel like it was over the top in my opinion. Like the musical elements in this film, I felt like it was the right amount of musical elements in this film, to be honest. It's not like something over the top like La La Land or something, or like any other type of musical, because this is still like a dark film, don't get me wrong. But and obviously they brought some of the characters back from the first film as well. I've forgotten her name, but Zazie Beetz, the neighbour. She came back obviously because this film was basically about Arthur Fleck's trial, basically, for all the killing that he did in the first film. So they brought a couple of the characters back to obviously go on the trial. But you know what was interesting, which I did find really interesting, I didn't think they were going to add like another like big like DC character like this in the film. Harvey Dent was obviously on the prosecutor's side in the trial, which was really interesting. And I thought, oh, okay, Harvey Dent, because I wasn't even aware that he was going to be in the film until I actually saw the film. I don't know if it was in the trailers or anything, but I didn't notice it, to be honest, until I saw the film. And obviously we know Harvey Dent in the comics is obviously Two-Face, so I was quite surprised by that. But this is where I'm going to start going into like spoilers now, because obviously towards like the end of like the court trial, or towards the end of the film basically, someone like puts a car bomb next to the courthouse basically, obviously blows up, and obviously Arthur escapes. And then we do see with Harvey Dent, because he was caught in the explosion, and we do see half of his face has been like severely burned and scarred. So if you know what I'm getting at, like he does become Two-Face, which is interesting. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know. This film, it was a bit of an odd one. I had a feeling, like, spoilers again, I did have a feeling either Joker or Harley might have died at the end of the film, just where the film was going. And I didn't think they were going to kill Arthur. the way they did at the end. So I was a bit shocked by that. And there's just like, and then the guy that kills him, because he shanks him basically in Arkham, which is interesting. It seems that he starts cutting his face, like a smile on his face, it seemed. And I didn't know what they were trying to get at, because there was like times in the film where you see that prisoner, where the camera kept panning at him, and I kept thinking to myself, why does the camera keep panning at him? Because he didn't really have many lines in the film, which is interesting. So, but yeah, he basically done what Heath Ledger's Joker did to him, like with the whole like the smile on his face where he like cut his like mouth open and that. And I don't know if they were trying to imply something, if that was meant to be like a nod to Heath Ledger's Joker or something. I don't think it is, but it just seemed very like close to that. And I just thought, is there really any need for that? Because I thought maybe that prisoner was meant to be like someone else, like, I don't know, like Zaz or something. Because he did seem a bit weird. But, and even like the rest of the cast was brilliant, to be honest. But I don't know if I would recommend this film, to be honest, to go to the theatres. That's the thing. But if you like the first film, I think some people will like it, and then there's other people that won't. But I just want to give you my quick thoughts on that, basically. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe as well. Alright, guys, but I'll see you in the next one.